No intro for this video because I was too lazy to think of anything funny, so let's just pretend I put a lot of effort into this. First of all, this is the Crescent render paper sketchbook and you can get at Dick Blix and I'll try to link it in the description. These stickers are all from Redbubble and will also be linked in the description. The special thing about this sketchbook is that there's zero bleed through with the paper when you use any material. This little intro page includes trigger content warnings for the rest of the sketchbook tour, but most of these are really mild, so don't worry too much. These stickers are from a palette full packs box. These are both random. I like to keep track of how my social medias grow during my sketchbook, so I write where I'm at the beginning and end of my sketchbook. I also wrote goals, but I think I'm gonna go back to actually making more difficult goals in the future. So this is my second intro page. I like to draw my sauna and things I like at the time. I also wrote some questions for myself to answer at the beginning and end of the sketchbook. Feel free to read it if you want, just don't judge my writing ability. Here are some mindless doodles, but then here I tried to draw Jinx. I don't know what it is about her, but she's really difficult for me to draw. This was that hot second right before I lost interest in the Dream SMP fandom. So from here on out there's very little fan art for it. I am a fan of this doodle of Ranboo, though I think it's cute. Not gonna lie, I don't like showing my Dream SMP fan art that much. I still keep up with a couple of them, but for the most part I ignore the fandom and everything. But here are some thumbnails for an animatic I made, and then this was stolen. There's some more mindless doodles here, but I also taped in a couple things as well. Not much to say on this page. These were all sketches I did based off photos I found on Pinterest. These were thumbnails for another animatic. I do like this drawing, though I think it turned out pretty nice. Here I draw fan art of Filza, and here was me having a great time. Here are some sketches of my sauna around Christmas time. Then this was a drawing of Ranboo that I did for his Christmas look. But I think I was having some seasonal depression during this time as well. I had higher expectations for this spread. First of all, this was meant to say don't water dead flowers, but I got lazy and never finished it. This was meant to have another sketch on it too. Here I did a lot of figure stubbies. I used line of action for all these poses and would sketch them on notebook paper. I think this page ended up making my sketchbook very thick, and I think it's cool. This is when I watched Encanto, so I drew my favorites, Camilo and Bruno. I think one of my biggest takeaways from being a part of the Encanto fandom was that I should be improving how I draw racial features. It's still something I definitely need to keep improving on, but the Encanto fandom made me more aware of it. Here I wrote my review on Encanto, but I don't know if I'd still stand by this because it's been a while. I also drew a bit of Mirabel and then sketched out some other random stuff. These were all from New Year's-ish. I did a redraw of my OC Dawn, and then drew my Spider-Man OC because I had just saw No Way Home. Then I wrote out some goals for the new year. More doodles of my sauna. Then these were some doodles of Camilo and Mirabel I did on homework that I stuck in here. A sketch of Ko using their magic. Some mindless sketches of my OCs that are boring. Here I found my friend's doodles lying around, so I stole them and stuck them in here. This is the beginning of my Ko obsession, so you'll see a lot of them in here. Here I got COVID, so yeah. This was my No Way Home ticket, and another doodle of my Spider-Man OC. But then here I redesigned my other OC Lysander, but I'll talk more about it on the next page. Here's the process of me redesigning Lysander. To be honest, I basically just went back to his original design and then changed his hair. Because I redesigned Lysander, I thought I should draw him with my other OC Aaron, but then I realized he also needed a redesign. The only thing that has really changed from this is that now his jacket is closed and his hair color is closer to how it was originally. Here's a sketch of Ko and Aaron when they were younger. Then this is the sketch that I took a photo of, finished it digitally, then made it my profile picture. Otherwise there's not much to say in these sketches. First we got this drawing of Andy. Then we have this drawing I did in art class that I just stuck in here. Then we have my OC, Bree. The rest are bad. Ignore them. Here I drew Sundrop from FNAF. But the design I used is very heavily inspired by Cry Creations. This was a card from my dad that I just stuck in here. Then these were some sketches I did on my math notes. My teacher was really concerned when he saw how cut up my notes were for the test though. This was a failed drawing I wanted to make of my OC's Reese and Co, but I kinda gave up after I screwed up Reese's face. Then I drew me and my friend's Finch birds. These were cards I got when I bought from a couple shops on Etsy. I'll link them below. This was a drawing of Reese when she's younger, and another drawing of her. I think I'm cursed with ruining the line art on her face. These were all doodles to just fill up the space. Here I sketched Lilith from Owl House in colored pencil. This was a sticker I just stuck in from one of the Etsy orders. This was from me and my mom doing watercolors, so I just stuck in what I did here. Here's the halfway point of the sketchbook. I don't know what it is, but I always finish the second half of the sketchbook way faster than I finish the first half. The first part of this sketchbook took me a month to finish, but the second half took a month. But anyways, for the halfway page I drew my main OCs all together. I still needed to tweak some of their designs, so a lot of them don't look like this anymore. I'm most happy with how Chandler and Dawn turned out, but Lysander and Aaron also look good. Here I drew rose quartz. A lot of people on TikTok really liked this drawing, which was nice to see. Then I taped in this really old drawing of all the crystal gems. Then this was a drawing of my brother in my dream. The rest are random sketches. Here I just wanted to draw, so I just sketched some random things. Here I drew Diane from BoJack, and then me being sad. This was when I wanted to draw Jinx in Silco's jacket. Unfortunately I got really lazy and didn't finish it. I really only like this sketch of Jinx. Here's when the co-obsession became a much bigger thing. I finally gave a solid clothing design and I'm currently obsessed with it. But this is when I found out about Mob Psycho Season 3 coming out soon. Spread is really messy, but these two sketches of Co are really nice and I like them a lot. These stickers appear whenever I just wanna fill a small space. Then I was gonna do this draw this in your style that one of my mutuals made, but I got lazy and never finished it. I meant to write bimbo, but I spelt it wrong. The worst part is that I stared at it for a long time without realizing. The rest of these are sketches I did on lined paper and then taped in. I started taping in a lot of paper and stuff in my sketchbook recently. People ask me how I make my sketchbook so thick. And it's because I use material that often make the pages warp and I stick in a bunch of stuff. I like all the drawings on this page as well, especially these. And this was a note that I got in one of my Etsy orders. This was a receipt I got from Party City that I just stuck two sketches of my OC Brie on top of. Then these were some candy wrappers, and I taped in this sketch of Co that I really liked. This drawing of Co was based on this bathroom photo I found on Pinterest. Then here I drew both my friend, Kira, and my OC Kate. But this was when I decided to sit down and study Cry Creations sketchbooks because I really like them. So here I taped in tissue paper I got when I ordered from Little Star Nerd on Etsy, and I taped my own sketches on top of that. I like this page a lot, and I especially like this sketch of Dawn. This is a sketch of my friend again. Then this is me starting the process of redesigning Chandler. I still need to change it a lot, but this is about what he looks like currently. But while I was making this I also had a really bad migraine and I had to stop working on it. So a while back my grandparents gave me this religious, homophobic, transphobic and racist book. And for a long time I had the idea to take the pages out and draw on top of them. Anytime I've sat down to read some of the book I think it's absolutely ridiculous. So here I tore out one of the transphobic pages and just drew myself on top of it in trans colors. Some of you may be familiar with this character, but this is my OC that I had you guys help me make on Instagram. I think their name is gonna be Casper. I still need to flesh out their story a bit, but I'm finally getting in a direction. Here's a drawing of Co I did based off of a photo I found on Pinterest. This was based off a dream I had. And then these are some more sketches I've done to try and flesh out Chandler's design. I decided to put Casper in the same universe as Milo, so I sketched them together to get a feel for their dynamic. I'm a really big fan of this doodle, I think it's adorable. Then this is another character who currently doesn't have a name, but they'll also be in their story. But the rest is just random shit. This was a drawing of Sydney from I'm Not Okay With This. But I messed up the face, which was really sad. This is just another taped in sketch of Ko. Then tis was drawn by my friend, so I just stuck that in here and I draw one to match it. Then stickers. Here I taped in a bunch of sketches. This sketch of Reese is probably my favorite I've made of her. I don't know why, but I just feel like this is the closest I've gotten to drawing her how I imagine her. Then another sketch of Ko that I really like. And these are also nice. This is when Owl House Season 2B started. So I made a whole spread of them. This was a drawing of Dana's Grom design for Hunter. These were some sketches I taped in. Then this was a Scream Cat redraw, and the rest are other sketches I did of them. But this was a redraw of Dita Lumity. I have mixed feelings on the piece, but I do think it's at least an improvement from last year. This sketch of Ko was based off this photo I found on Pinterest. This is an OCI neglect. Then this trash is from when me and my friends ate 69 chicken nuggets. We bought 70, but we destroyed one of them. So here I glued in a sketch of Chandler and a shitty sketch of Amity. Here I start the process of tweaking Kate's design. I mainly made her hair darker and closed her jacket. These are all just sketches that I stuck in. I really like this sketch of Ko. I referenced this drawing for the pose as well. Here I asked for doodle requests on Instagram, so this is the result of that. Then I really like this drawing of Regan from Mob Psycho, but then I screwed up the line art. Really bad. So let's just move on. I have a stack of toned paper that I don't really use, so I decided to sketch some stuff with it. I did this sketch of Ko, this little doodle of my Sona, and then this of some random waitress. Then this was a drawing I did of one of my mutuals on TikTok. I like the drawing itself, but I don't really think it looks like them. But this sketch is really cute. This was when I was really ready to get done with this sketchbook, so I just did some quick figure studies, and then just wrote bonk all over the rest of the page. These are all sketches based off drawings I found on Pinterest. I really like this sketch and this sketch. But here I wrote down what goals I accomplished, how my social media had progressed, and when I started and ended the sketchbook. The last page is just a sketch of Casper. Then I answered the same questions from the front like I claimed. I never really know how to end sketchbooks. For the back page I stuck in some more sketches. I really like this one of Kate and this one of Doc Ock. Finally, we reach the end of the sketchbook. I'm really happy with this sketchbook as a whole, and is currently my favorite sketchbook I've filled. But if you're interested in seeing my other content, like my digital art and shorter videos, I would suggest following me on TikTok and Instagram. Twitter too, but I don't really do much on there. So now I wanted to give you a sneak peek of my next sketchbook. I'm really happy with the opening page, outside of my hair being colored wrong. But I hope you guys enjoyed my sketchbook tour, and I hope you stick around to see the rest of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again next time. Bye.